I got jumped, so get ready with me to fight at school. So I literally got jumped at school this weekend. So I'm like, okay, when I come back to school on Monday, I'm going to get my lick back. It's two important characters to the story. We're going to name them Rolly and Polly. Me and Rolly and Polly have the same first periods together, and that's kind of how we all know each other. So I usually sit in the front of the classroom, so I'm over here, minding my business, and I hear from the back of me, look at that outfit. Who you talking to? Oh, I know if the shoe fit, don't wear it, but I had a whole pink outfit on. So I'm like, okay, like, I feel like you talk about me because I'm the brightest one in the room. Everybody is wearing like... So I didn't respond to it at first, but then I started hearing laughing. So I'm like, okay. So I turn around. I'm like, what's so funny? Because, like, what's going on? Like, huh? Go out picking for a fight, but I feel like it just finds me. Only over here talk about something. Okay, and I always talk about you, now what? So, girl, I'm like, okay, you don't want to do that with me, girl. I got 99 jokes for you. So now we start roasting, and we start, like, roasting each other back and forth, back and forth. So it gets to the point where I stand up. I'm like, okay, like, what's the problem? Like, what's for real? So everybody had to calm me down. They had to calm them down, too, because I don't know what they were on. They was jumping like some jumping jacks. So after the period ended, the teachers had to hold them back so they can talk to the teacher because I wasn't the one that was doing the most. They was supposed to talk about me first. So I'm like, okay, girl, like, what's really going on? So I'm walking to my second period class, and I'm one of the first people there, and the teacher's not even in the classroom, like, mind you. So it's just me in the back, taking down all the chairs, blah, 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 blah. Now I'm like, okay, I feel my spidey senses tingling, like, I don't know. I just get kind of paranoid out of nowhere. When I get to my seat, I get to take my seat down. Girl, I hear, I'm like, girl, it's Rolly and Polly, like, storming at me, girl. Like, y'all, it's Dex right here, and she's, like, storming at me. So I pick up my chair that I didn't take down. I'm like, move. Boom. Girl, I threw it at him, girl. But I didn't hold it back because Polly came from around, girl, and just... It was a disaster. So they did what they did, and they hurried up and rushed out the room, girl, when I was on the ground. So I'm like, okay, this is crazy. So now I have to get my lick back tomorrow. And you guys are going to see the full video. By the time you're watching this video, the YouTube video is already out. So go ahead and go watch the fight. And go ahead and go watch the Storytime on it, too. Link in bio, YouTube channel, Armani West.
So I just found out my dad wants to ruin my life. Just went downstairs to ask our in-home chef if he would make me something for dinner, and I heard my dad talking to my mom. I literally hear him say, I don't know how I'm gonna tell the kids, but we're gonna have to move. I literally graduate next year. Don't get me wrong, I'm not even sad about leaving my friends because quite frankly, it's really easy for me to make friends anywhere I go. What I'm worried about is after he said that, he goes, and I don't know how to tell Sydney that we're downsizing. I mean, we're already in a little 8-bedroom. How much more downsizing can we do? Not to mention, we only have 2 pickleball courts, so when I have more than 6 friends over, we always have to take turns. So after hearing that convo, I obviously ran up here, grabbed his work computer, and started looking into what house we were getting. Do you want to know where we're moving? Take a second to really prepare yourself for what I'm about to say. We're getting a 6-bedroom, 3-bath. Not to mention, we don't even have pickleball courts. We have 1 basketball court. Then I found a folder on his computer labeled finances. So I opened that sucker and there was a tab referring to budget cuts. Open it up and I see Sydney's weekly allowance decrease of $2,500. Considering I only get $10,000 a week, that only leaves $7,500. As somebody who needs a new outfit every day for school, that is so stressful. It's my senior year. I can't waste time getting a job. Well, now I have to hurry. My dad's calling a family meeting. I have to go. I'll see you guys later.
Story time on why I'm not talking to my 13-year-old sister anymore. If this sounds familiar in any way, my nice sister actually made a video about the same devil sister about a month ago, and it got 15 million views because she's that fucking destructive. So I don't live with my family full-time for obvious reasons, and I'm visiting for about 4 days, and I thought something spilled in my suitcase. For a little background info, this girl is 13, doesn't brush her teeth, puts a full face of makeup and foundation on every day, gets spoiled to the point she owns more expensive things than me, my mom, and my other sister combined, and is literally the worst, we'll say the worst shit you've ever heard to your face about you. Like, she has psychological issues. Anyway, so I'm visiting my family for 4 days, and I thought something spilled in my bag when I saw my white shirt. Brand new Blanco by Nature shirt. I was like, what the hell spilled in here? And like, I don't know, it just looks... I thought it was weird for something to have spilled. I have 2 bags over my makeup and it doesn't look like a spill. That's what I thought. Because I thought after all the shit we've been through, and she literally got publicly canceled and people were finding her account from Jenna's TikTok, I I didn't think she would strike again. But no, I just was getting ready. I was ready to wear this shirt. Look at this shit. Got this shirt like 5 days ago. Are you like fucking kidding me? Genuinely, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I try so hard to be nice to this fucking bitch. But literally my dad will call me and be like, said sister, said you're so pretty, whatever. And she'll be like, you left out the part where I said she'd be so pretty if she got a nose job. And I was like, also, last time I was here, we had a brawl. Right after the brawl, she tells my mom she's gonna clean out some of her old clothes, give it away to Goodwill. And then my mom goes in 45 minutes later to check on what she's gonna give away. It's literally all my mom's clothes that she stole and stained, brand new of my mom's clothes that she just like didn't want to admit she stole and literally made unwearable. So if anyone knows any good wilderness camps, leave them down below because I fucking can't. And I'm literally only here like 2 days a month and I still can't. So I feel bad for everyone that actually lives with me.
Hey guys, get ready with me, except I can't pause the video. Okay, the video is on the 3-minute timer right now, so I have exactly 3 minutes to get ready. Oh my god, this is so weird. I've been wanting to do a video like this for like the longest time, since like last year, but I never got around to it. And since today I'm running late for my freaking meeting, oh my god, I thought, why not do it today? It's 10:50. My meeting starts at 11, so this is the perfect opportunity to do it. I'm not going to do too much makeup because I don't want to do like, oh my god, blend please. 40 seconds already? Okay, I should have done my skincare first, but I already did my mascara, if you can't tell. Yeah, this is not blending. There's too much. Okay, there, that's good. What's next? I'm gonna skip primer. I'm just gonna go straight into my, this needs to dry. Okay, I'm just gonna do my flawless filter. I already did my mascara because if I don't do my mascara and do it in this video, it would take up literally 2 whole minutes. And we just don't have time for that. I'm gonna add a little bit of this. Just like a drop. 2 drops there. Oh my god, 1 minute and 20 seconds. Where is my brush? Okay, we're just gonna use my beauty blender because I can't find my brush, and all my brushes need to be cleaned because they look like a wet dog right now. Oh my god, I can't. I'm not gonna be done in time. Okay. That's nicely blended out. Also, I think I have another pimple in my nose. I always get freaking like pimples in my nose. I don't know what bronzer to use. Okay. I'm using my Chanel one. But it hurts so bad. Like, I'd rather have it on my face than my nose because it's so painful when it's in your nose. And you know how people say that your nose is like, I don't know, like connected to your brain or something? I'm scared to like touch anything inside because it's gonna like shut my brain down. 2 minutes? Okay, blush. Oh, I did not want to use this shade today. Fuck. 2:30. Oh my goodness. What? Okay, we're almost done. Concealer. I'm gonna die. Okay, whatever, that's good. Holy crap! I have 10 seconds to finish. How do people just, ow, my nose hurts so bad. Okay, I'm done. There's no way. Let's just pretend
This is for the teenage girls and the teenage girls only. So if you're not a teenage girl, keep scrolling. Here are some big sister tips I wish someone would have told me. Follow these tips or do it the hard way like I did. Never beg for a boy. That is one mistake you will never want to make. And it'll follow you and everyone's gonna know about it. Just don't do it, girl. Do not have anything in writing. Whatever you say on text, on Snap, it will haunt you. There will always be receipts. If you're gonna say something that you think you might regret, say it in person. People you become friends with, you will become. Surround yourself yourself with people who have a good reputation and who you actually like. Get rid of those toxic fake girls, please. Things that you do within the first 3 months of high school, university, college, whatever, will follow you. So be careful of what you're doing. You will have your reputation for the next 4 years. It's never gonna leave you, so make sure you get a good reputation. Stop caring about what other people think of you. It's seriously such a waste of your time. I would have started my TikTok way sooner if I didn't care. And lastly, enjoy it. You're only a teenage girl once. Have your fun. Just don't be dumb about it. I have so many other tips I wish I could have known sooner, so let me know if you want a part 2. Mwah, love you all. Bye.
Things that I learned in each grade. Freshman year, the group you think you're friends with is going to drastically change. Sophomore year, everything seems so much farther away than it actually is. So I wish I knew to just actually take time on your schoolwork, or else you're going to make it really hard for yourself the rest of high school. Junior year, you definitely can't trust everyone. Also, I learned that I actually need to start going to school because my grades will drop and it will not be pretty. Overall, though, I learned to just not care what anyone else thinks.
You've heard who the hell did I marry, but have you heard who the hell's birth certificate did I sign? Because boy, do I have a story time for you. Yeah, I have a story time for you, and I've been waiting months to tell this one, but I just got word from my brother that I'm allowed to talk about it a couple weeks ago, and now it's on. It's on like white on rice, baby. And eventually, when my podcast is back on, I will have him on the podcast to tell his side of the story, but for right now, I'm going to tell my side of the story because I had to be involved and subjected to this bullshit. So here's my side of the story. One day, I get a call from my brother, about a year ago, actually, at this point, and he says, "Oh, no, sis. Oh, no, I think I might have got somebody pregnant." And I said, "Shaquan, what the fuck do you mean? What are you talking about? You might," because I get this call biannually. You know what I mean? Like, I get this call about biannually. This man, he is notorious for letting me know that he might have, quote unquote, gotten someone pregnant. He never has. He never has got no one pregnant. A little paranoid. So I get this call about biannually, but I get it this time, and this time felt really real. This time felt scary real. For some reason, I felt the need to give him some advice this time, which normally I just tell him to shut the hell up because he probably didn't. I don't hear much from him after that because Shaquan likes to go on these little spurts of MIA-ness where I hear from him 0%, and then I hear from him randomly on one of our birthdays that we have to do something crazy like bail my mom out of jail or go pick up a crazy lady from a different city. I don't know. So I don't hear much about this for a few months until a few months rolls by and he tells me, "Oh, sis, you know, I think that, I think that she's that's my baby. I think she definitely is pregnant with my kid." And I'm like, "Shaquan, what, okay, what do you mean? First of all, how do you know? And has this girl been like, you know, sleeping around with other people?" Because I just feel like she probably has been if she was sleeping with you. I just feel like she probably has been sleeping with other people because she probably knows that you don't take people seriously. Oh, question being, are you sure it's yours? Because I would very rarely ask this of anyone because I feel like I always trust the woman. But with Shaquan and the group of people he enjoys sleeping with, I have to ask a question. Are you sure? And so for a fact, I do ask that question. And he says, "Well, there was a few other people, but she's saying timeline-wise it has to be me." And I trust her, man. I trust her because, you know, she wouldn't really seem like she would lie about this because she's not even really asking me to step up. I'm going to step up, you know, because Shaquan is a good guy. When all things push to come to shove, Shaquan's going to be a good guy. And he's going to step up for this child. So I'm like, all right. So if this is your baby, I'm about to buy mad shit. I'm excited. I'm going to be an auntie again. I'm really excited for this. When is she due? And he said, "Oh, she's due in like a month." So clock is ticking at this point. We're like, okay. And one day I get a call from Shaquan at midnight and I don't answer. So I call him back in the morning and I'm like, oh God, what's this going to be? He answers the phone and there's a baby in his arms. What? He's like, "Sis, I really want you to come down and meet this baby." So I'm kind of like, what are our other friends thinking? You know, what are my other friends thinking? So I call up my other friends because we have like a group of people. Shaquan is notorious for just like dumb shit. Just dumb shit. You know, call up my other friends and they're like, "We really don't think this is his. There's no proof yet. And this girl is saying she's going to do a paternity test, but it's just weird. Something weird about it." And so I call him back and I'm like, "I'll come down and meet that baby. Don't you worry. I'll come down and meet that baby. And I want to meet the baby mom too." A lot of people were feeling kind of negatively toward this. They were like, "That's definitely not his kid." And I could notice he was getting frustrated by this. So I tried to be as positive as possible, even though I have my own doubts. So I go down there and I meet this damn baby and I hold it, or I don't even think I got to hold it. It was in the NICU because it came a little bit early. So I just had to stand near it and love on it and rub its little toes. And then we sat there while he held it and I cried with him because what? My brother's about to be a dad? Like, what is happening? But we're all still curious as to if this is actually his kid. We're not sure. The paternity test hasn't been done, anything like that. The girl's kind of putting it off and we're just starting to get a little bit weary about it. So the baby mom says that she's doing this paternity test. She needs to swab both their mouths with a Q-tip. And he's trusting this and whatever. And she says that she's going to take this paternity test swabs to CVS or to one of these pharmacies and they're going to authenticate for it and they're going to tell him if he's a dad or not. If you know anything about paternity tests, that's not how it happens. Not how it happened. It takes about a week and a half, maybe even 2, to get your results back. Sometimes longer than that. Yeah. Anyways, he trusts it and doesn't really tell me that this is what's happening. And he does it. He does a little swab in his cheek. And then her sister takes this swab down to whatever pharmacy or lab and has it confirmed within an hour. Within an hour, we find out Shaquan is the dad of this baby for sure. If you know anything about paternity tests, it doesn't come back within an hour. He comes over to me and Ayana and he's like, dude, I don't think this is real. Because she sent back this paper that like just looked fake. It just looked, for some reason to him, fake. To me and Ayana, we were like, this is real? You're actually the dad? We don't know anything about paternity tests. So we're like, yeah. No. We start Googling the doctors that signed off on this paternity test. They're on a template for colleges to use for documents, to learn about documents. They are fake doctors. They are not real. She paid a company to send over a fake paternity test. Well, his dumbass, without letting us know, because he said he was just going back down to the hospital to help her with something. He went back down to the hospital because she was pressing him to sign this birth certificate, and he signed the birth certificate. He signed the motherfucking birth certificate. Her crazy ass sent him over a fake paternity test to force him to sign the birth certificate. That baby did not look like Shaquan either. So me and him, CSI agent, over to CVS, and we get one of those like boxed paternity tests, even though that's not going to help him at all because they really don't hold up in court. They have to get court ordered, but it is a good reason to go to court and say this wasn't my kid. Yeah. As we get this paternity test and we sneak over to the hospital, mind you, he had already signed the birth certificate. The girl is acting kind of weary. She's acting kind of suspicious, a little bit weird, but she was ready to go. Her mom was going to take her home while the baby sat in the NICU because the baby needed to be there for a couple more days or a couple more weeks. And she calls us while we get there. We get to the hospital with this paternity test and we're hiding in the parking lot and we're like, oh my God, we have to go in there when she's already gone, because she doesn't have any clue that we're in doubt of this being his kid, and she thinks she got one over on him. Now we're like, you sent a fake paternity test. You know something we don't know. You know this is not his kid, and you know you are doing one over on him. You know? So we sneak into the hospital, and we go up to the NICU, and he tries to convince the people at the NICU that I'm the mother so that I could go in there and help him with the paternity test. They knew right away that it was not the case, and I wasn't trying to do that anyway, so they had me sit down. He calls me on FaceTime and has me walk him through doing this paternity test. We do it. We swab a cheek. We and we send over the paternity test, but the birth certificate's already signed. You know what I mean? So it's really a tough sticky sitch. About a week goes by. I hear back from Shaquan. A little video. In fact, I get a video of him doing the results like Maury in a living room. Shaquan, you are not the father. 0% chance, in fact. Kind of like everyone was telling him not to sign the birth certificate before he got that paternity test back. But you know, but not only did he have me meet this child that was not his and get all excited for him to be a dad, but he had me sneak up into that hospital after that lady was gone. We had to CSI agent up in that parking lot until we saw her leave. We parked across from her. We leaned our seats back so that we could see when she left. We watched her leave. And then when she left, we snuck up in that hospital and we took that baby swab and then we sent it in. Mind you, this is completely fine because at this point, he is legally this baby's father. So he is allowed to do a paternity test. But we knew she would be weird about it because we knew she was feeling guilty and we knew she was going to try to pull like that was weird or that she was mad about that. You could be mad all you want, but he's legally that baby's father. Now they are going to court about this child, and she's all over social media talking about that he's a deadbeat, but he's not a deadbeat. That's not his child. I swear to God, every time I hang out with Shaquan, it's some other bullshit. So, yeah.
Let's talk about all the times I was cheated on in high school. Now I totally understand why my parents didn't want me dating until I was like 18 because these men are crazy and of course I never listened. But you know, I'm just a girl who wanted to be loved, so this all starts in like 3rd grade. I will not be counting any of the relationships that I had outside of high school. This is just when I met this particular boy. So this boy always got me in trouble. Up until my 8th grade year in middle school, he was always getting me in trouble for something. My parents literally hated this kid, but me and this kid dated my freshman year of high school. We were together literally for 6 months and we never kissed. I should have known it was a red flag when I was with him and he was telling people we were doing things that we weren't. We literally never even hung out outside of school. My parents never let me see him. I think I went to his baseball game once. When we were together, I always heard of people telling me that he would ask for other girls' pictures while he was dating me. But you know, little old me could not even comprehend that you could want someone else when you were in a relationship, you know? So I never believed anyone until until one day this girl that used to go to my school literally showed me screenshots of him asking her. Like, he tries to deny it, but like, it's time stamped. I see when he asks, so we break up. You cheated on me, we're done. And unfortunately, that wasn't the worst thing that this kid did to me. That will come into play a little bit later because he moved to Florida and ended up dating the famous girl that he had on his home screen when we were literally together. We'll go back to that. Anyway, I am heartbroken. You know, my first relationship down the drain, he cheated on me. It's finally summer, so you know, I'm like, hot girl summer, I'm going into my sophomore year. I end up meeting this kid because I was camping and he was staying at the same campground as me. This kid was a red flag since the second I met him. I probably should have never talked to him. But again, I was young. Red flags looked green. So, you know, we talk, we click, we date. This whole time I'm thinking he's 16 because I'm 16. That will come into play in a little bit. But anyway, we hit it off. We're dating now. So past the camping trip, we don't see each other much. My parents did not like him. I barely get to see him. So he like makes a joke about getting play. First of all, at that age, I don't give that out. So I'm like, well, haha, you don't get any because you're dating me and you haven't even seen me. Blatantly tells me to my face that he just like hooked up with a girl the day before. My boyfriend told me to my face he's been cheating on me with the girl that I thought he was best friends with. Like, what? This kid also did some other horrendous stuff. He would literally tell me to kill myself, like, all the time. Honestly, I dodged a bullet. I'm glad I got out of that because he ended up dating a different girl, cheated on her with the same girl that he cheated on me with, and then got arrested basically for beating his girlfriend up. Like, what? Oh, and I found out after dating him for like 3-4 months that he was literally 14 the whole time. He was an 8th grader. I was dating an 8th grader. He didn't go to my school, so I had no idea, but like, what? So, you know, right after that relationship, what's healing? There's no such thing as healing in my mind. So I end up talking to this guy that hits me up. He goes to my school. I've heard of him before. I also probably shouldn't have talked to that kid the whole time we were together. Everyone was like, what are you doing, Kendall? I don't know. So me and this kid talked for like 4 months. We never were really dating until like the 5-month period. And so we were kind of together for like 6 months. Me and this kid talk, date, whatever you want to call it. It was so toxic. Like, I probably should have ended it way before I got blindsided. But basically, he has this ex that moved to Florida that he was with for like 2 years before me, and the whole entire time we were together, he would call her. They would say, I love you. Like, she sent me all the text messages, and basically they were still dating the whole time I was with this kid. Like, what? Can you imagine my mental state at this point? Just back to back to back getting cheated on. I was like, what is going on? Like, we would like FaceTime at night and stuff. He would always wait until so late to call me because he would say he was talking to his mom or his dad, or sometimes we would be on the phone and he'd randomly be like, oh, my dad's calling me. It's 2 a.m. No, the whole time it was her. Like, what? So yeah, again, I did dodge a bullet because I'm pretty sure he just went to court for like drugs or something and couldn't even attend the rest of our school year. I don't even know if he graduated with us. Pretty sure he did, but all I know is he wasn't even allowed to be at school for the last like semester. Like, what was I doing? What was I doing being with someone like that? I don't know. I forgot to do my brows. Back on the first kid that basically ruined the entirety of high school for me, I think I'm just gonna do a whole separate story time on that one because this kid is awful. He is literally the epitome of an awful person. He was dating a famous chick who literally was so freaking pretty, cheated on her 3 times. 3 times. I've talked to this girl about his actions. Anyway, after all that, going into my junior year, I finally met my boyfriend who honestly treats me so well, and it's so hard being in a good relationship after all that. Looking back now, it doesn't matter. Like, I look at it and I laugh, but psychologically, you do get burned by that. Like, my trust issues are so rooted deep, like, it is bad. So when your parents tell you to wait to date, they are completely right, because when you finally find someone that it should work with, it makes it so much harder to actually work because your brain is messed up from all the other guys. But yes, unfortunately, the only things close to serious relationships I had, I ended up getting cheated on. So fun times. High school is so fun. Boys suck. I definitely have a lot of other crazy stories because these men didn't just cheat on me. They were literally psychotic and crazy. But now that I'm in a healthy relationship, it just doesn't even matter. Like, it doesn't even mean anything. I don't even think about it. So there's no point. Yeah, psycho. So I gotta go. Just know that anything that happens to you, you will get over it at some point. It's funny to laugh at now, but just be careful out there. Men are crazy. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace out. Love you. Bye.
Get ready with me and get to know me. My name is pronounced Aquila. I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm 20 years old, guys. In high school, I was a cheerleader. In middle school, I played volleyball and softball. My favorite colors are yellow, pink, black, white, and gray. One of my new favorite summer activities are picnics, and I really love them. My height is 5'1", and I know a lot of people think that I'm tall, but I'm actually really short. I love my height, and I don't think I would change anything about it. My favorite movies to watch growing up is 13 going on 30. I don't really have a favorite music artist, but I do listen to Lana Del Rey. An artist I listened to a lot growing up was definitely Melanie Martinez. I am the second oldest in my family. I used to be in a debate club in school, and one of my favorite flower colors are yellow. And that's all. Have a great day, guys.
Here are the canon events I experienced as a girl that I feel like every girl can relate to. For starters, I feel like we've all been ghosted by a friend that we thought we would have forever. Nothing bad really happened, the friendship just fell off and you have no idea why. We all had our phase where we were the pink zebra girl or the green and brown like mocha girl. This heavily influenced the room decor you had or the outfits you wore to school. My sister was the green mocha girl and I was the pink zebra girl, so make sure you let me know what you were. But I also believe we all had a teal phase. I say that word very weirdly, but as in the color. Mine happened around The Fault in Our Stars and I was like, Dad, please paint my room blue. I wanted The Fault in Our Stars wall. I believe we all went through the phase where we either wanted a cast, crutches, a boot, some type of ankle brace. Personally, I wanted a pink cast so I could rhinestone it and have everybody sign it, but I never got one until college when I would literally not want a cast at all. Like most of us went through a phase where we wanted braces, and as somebody who had braces, love the results, but you don't want braces. Literally, anybody who had braces can vouch for this. Tightening days make your teeth hurt so bad. I feel like a lot of us had a good guy best friend that we found out kind of liked us, and it just ruined the whole vibe. Definitely all did something we regretted with our hair. For me, it was going to a hair place at the mall, like a Supercuts, and having them cut my hair, and they cut it like 4 inches shorter than I had asked. I remember going home and crying. All went through our entrepreneurship phase. Kid you not, I sold duct tape wallets, rubber band loom bracelets, sour lollipops, chocolate roses. In my defense, a lot of it was for my softball team. Like we did little fundraisers, but I ended up getting in trouble and I couldn't sell anything. I don't know how yet, but I need to find a way to make a fun little series where I tell you guys how to make money when you're like extremely young, like middle school, high school. I don't want to go as low as elementary school. That's like all the fun stories I have from selling stuff. We all had to experience the boy that made us break all of our rules that wasn't even worth it, and that got us in so much trouble. Did we all have the phase where we thought drinking energy drinks was cool, or was that just me? Young Sid, look at me now. We just actually like them. All right, girlies, let me know a canon event you think we all experienced in the comments.